What if Deku was the reincarnation of Sun Wukong, part 2? I left it off when Deku's about to do the UA, like, he's in front of the gates of UA because he's about to do things. He's about to go do the entrance exam and shit. And if you're wondering, like, why he's doing the entrance exam, is because since, like, Aizawa took him in, Aizawa the type of dude, like, nah, you ain't getting no freebie inside there. You gotta work. So, Deku is, like, gonna do it because he would have just wanted to do it by himself either way. Because he's a warrior type dude. And, so, like, he comes in late because he forgot the time, because he's the type of person to forget, because he's not the same Deku. This man was raised in the forest. So, like, he walks in late, and Ida's like, "You, sir, why are you coming here late and disturbing this fucking presentation?" And Deku's like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't realize what time it was," and shit like that. And Ida, that's unacceptable. How you dare disrespect UA and not coming on time. And so Deku, like, pulls the staff out of his ear and shit with the magic, extends it next to Ida's throat, and is like, I already said I'm sorry. Don't ask any more questions or you're getting hit." And Ida's like, "Do you not know who my brother is? He's Ingenium, the most honorable hero." And Izuku's like, "Do you not know who my adopted dad is, Shoto Aizawa, aka known as Eraserhead? I don't care about your brother and who they are. I'll hit you no matter what." And Ida's like, the audacity, this troublemaker, and just shuts the fuck up and sits down. And, like, fucking Ida stands up, like, halfway through the presentation because present Mike forgot about, like, what's it called again? The 0 pointer. And he was like, "If this is a flaw on UA thing, like, fucking documents, I am fairly disappointed." And Deku is like, "How about you shut up and let him finish? He probably was waiting for that to last. Probably something important." And you know, Ida, he gets all butthurt and just sits down. I really hate Ida, not gonna lie. I really do hate him. And for that man, like, he's like, "Thank you, young man." And you're right, I was waiting for that to, like, be last. And so, like, they do, like, the little written exam and shit. Deku places, like, he's not the bottom, but he's not the top. He's, like, 20th place. 20th or 19th. So now it's, like, the practical exam, where they're about to fight the robots. And since Deku didn't trip, he didn't meet Uraraka or have that encounter. So, like, Deku being all hasty, and as soon as the doors open, he just jumps in with his staff, and, like, while he flies on the Nimbus. And Ida's just like, why is he already running in? And Present Mind goes on the mic. He has the mentality, there is no fucking start fucking thing in a real hero situation. And he's like, did he already know? And he's like, nah, impossible. So, like, Deku's just in there pounding on these robots. Like, so far in the first 10 seconds, like, he made his staff go, like, super long, and with one fell swoop he took out, like, 3 1-pointers, 4 2-pointers, and 1 3-pointer. So he already has a few amount of points. And he's just bodying them all, and he just like, is that staff his quirk? Or something like that. And Deku just flying around because he's like he can do like acrobatic shit because he's a monkey. Or at least has the attributes of a monkey. So he's bouncing off these buildings, climbing on top, and just genuinely beats all of these robots. So like, so far this man already has 100 points just in hero points. I mean in attack points, and he has like 20 in rescue points, or whatever the fuck it is. Like when you help someone, because Deku still like has that mind of a hero. Like if he sees someone in danger, he wants to help. So like Mineta and them, like he sees them about to get hit by a robot when they're not looking, so he helps them. So he's already getting like rescue points and shit like that. And Deku sees everyone running away and shit, and he's like, why are they running? And then he sees the big 0-pointer, and Deku's like, ooh, that should be fun, because he's getting bored of all these fucking small robots. So he's running towards the robot. Then he sees Uraraka, and he's like, oh, I better go help her first before I do anything. I don't want her to get hit when I destroy this robot. So he makes the staff go like super small, and puts it like under the rock, and like makes it go big, so it just like launches the rock off Uraraka. Then he tells Uraraka to grab onto the staff. Then he makes it go super long, so like she's holding onto the tip, so he sends her to like the front of the gate so she could get out of the way. Then when she let go, he makes it go back to small. Then he gets on the like the little Nimbus cloud thing, and it flies up. And he makes the staff go long. He makes a tiny hole inside the robot's face. Then he makes it expand in width, so it just like implodes the robot's head from the inside. And he was like, that was easier than I thought. And so that's the entrance exam. And then when Deku gets home, Aizawa's like, how'd you do? And Deku's like, I did good enough to get in. Then Aizawa's like, that's good. And Aizawa wasn't in like the little stands, but All Might saw what Deku did, and he was like, that'd be a good choice for a successor. But Deku's not gonna get one for all. I think I'm gonna give it to Kirishima, because that man is underrated. Because one for all dude really good with his quirk made him go harder, and since his hardening ability is good, then when if Kirishima had one for all, he'd be stronger and hard, so do more damage. That sounded wrong. Yeah, but Deku waits a few weeks, and since Aizawa is with him, he just gives him the envelope himself, and just already tells him he got in. But Deku's like, I still want to look at what it says. Then he sees a hologram, and it's All Might. And All Might's like, you got in with first place in the entrance exam, breaking my record with 264 attack points and 120 rescue points. And he's like, you got into your hero academia. And he tells him like, your homeroom teacher will be Shoto Aizawa. And Deku just looks at Aizawa like, what, you're my teacher? And Aizawa like, yeah. So like, they wait a few weeks, and Deku is looking for class 1A, because Aizawa left before he got awake, before Deku woke up, so he could get some shut-eye in class before anyone gets there. But Deku's like the second one in. The first one to get to class 1A is Momo. So him and Momo are talking and all that. They get to know each other. Then like everyone else comes in, and Bakugo sees him. He's like, "It's you, Monkey Man," because Bakugo still remembers Deku because they went to the kindergarten together. But Deku does not have a trace in his mind who Bakugo is because he forgot genuinely. So Deku's like, "Who are you?" And Bakugo just gets pissed and like, "You know who I am. So shut up before I explode you." And Deku's like, "I genuinely don't know who you are, but get away from me before I kick your ass." And Bakugo just gets mad. And Aizawa gets up like, "Shut up, I'm trying to sleep." And that just freaked out everyone in the class. But they just like, what the fuck? And Aizawa just go back to sleep, and everyone asking who that was, and Deku's like, "Oh, that's our homeroom teacher, Shoto Aizawa." And everyone's like, "How do you know that?" And he's just like, "Did none of you guys see the rest of the like little envelope with the rest of the holograms thing, or did you guys only just see you guys got in and just threw it away?" And everyone just threw it away after they heard they got in, and saw what class they were in. Like no one really paid attention to who the homeroom teacher was except for Deku. And everyone like, "Oh, alright." And then Deku's like about to get some shut-eye in class 2. Then Uraraka comes in and is like, "Oh, it's you, thanks for saving me." And Deku's like, "Who are you?" Because he just remembers saving someone and not who it was, because he didn't care. He was trying to fight the robot so much. And Uraraka's like, "You saved me from the giant zero pointer." And Deku's like, "Oh, you're that girl." And then like Aizawa gets up again and like, "Get your uniforms on, your PE clothes on, and meet me outside." And Deku just walks out like, "Alright." And Ida's like, "What about the little presentation?" And Aizawa's like, "Why don't you be more like that Izuku Midoriya? No, I mean Sun Wukong, who's already listening to my rules without a second thought. Because if you want to be a real hero, you don't have no time for no presentation." And Ida just shuts up and is like, "Is that kid again? I hate him so much." But Deku doesn't really care. So they go out. They're all in the changing room. And everyone sees Deku's physical fatigue. Like they see he has fur everywhere because he's looks like the picture right there. Like that's how he actually looks now, because since he's older. But he's not wearing the armor right now. That's gonna be his. He's not wearing the dragon armor. That's gonna be his hero costume. But they see like this man got like a goddamn 8-pack though. And Kirishima's like, "What training do you do?" And Deku's like, "Kung Fu. I mastered all these martial art techniques." And that caught Ojiro's attention because my man is like does martial arts too. And Ojiro's like, "What martial arts do you do?" She's like, "I do taekwondo, kung fu, and all the others, and I've mastered all of them." And Ojiro's like, "Wait, what? I'm only a black belt in kung fu." And Deku's like, "That's nice." "I didn't ask you." It's like that. So they go out, and Aizawa passes the ball to Deku. Like, "You got first, so throw the ball as far as you can. Use anything you want." Since Aizawa knows Deku doesn't have a quirk, since he raised him for 1 year, the last 1 year of his life. So Deku pulls out the staff out of his ear, since like he could just summon out of magic, and just makes it go as far as possible, like out of orbit. and it is infinity. And everyone's like shocked, like what? And everyone else gets the same score. And when you do like the grip test, Deku gets first because he's still strong. He's stronger than most people that are his age, and he worked out on top of that, so he's stronger. And in the speed run, since Deku's like kinda like a monkey, he has a lot of agility and he's agile, so he gets first place like 1 second faster than Ida. So all around, Deku gets first place in the entire thing. And and Baku got pissed about that because he got like third place. No, Baku got like fourth place. Let's just say that. Oof. And skip to the next day. All Might just runs in, and he's like, I'm running in like a normal person. And Deku remembers All Might, and he kind of don't like him since he kind of like attained him by force. But he doesn't hate him, but he is not like a big fan of him anymore after that. And he's like, we'll be doing hero training, and that catches Deku's attention. He's like, all right, bet. So I'm gonna switch up the teams. Oh yeah, and no one got expelled in the thing, cause why not? So, but yeah, I'm gonna switch up the teams for the hero exam. I wanted to be Ida and Bakugo versus Deku and Momo, cause I'm doing that shit. Cause why not? I don't know. Yeah, so like everyone dresses up to their hero costumes, cause All Might's like, what is a hero without their costume? And everyone just sees Deku's outfit. It's this on screen, like it's the dragon armor, and everyone's like, that looks dope, but it's kind of old. It doesn't look old, but like they know like it's past the time, like, cause he wore that shit like when people used to fight with swords. Like that's when the Monkey King used to wear that shit. And but no one really trips about it. And like almost like Momo Yamayozu and Sung fucking Sun versus Bakugo and Ida. I forgot for that for a second. What the fuck? He's like Sun Wukong versus Bakugo and Ida. And like they're fucking Deku's analyzing the map because I think they gave them a map of the building. And Deku's like, they're most likely gonna have it to the second top floor. Cause Momo's like, why wouldn't they have it on the top floor? And there's like, cause they don't know if we could climb on top of the roof and just enter through that. And Deku so far like from Bakugo's attitude and is like, Katsuki, Bakugo's probably gonna go for me right off the bat. So we're gonna flank through the windows. So it buys us more time. So Deku's like, just grab onto me, and Deku stand on top of the pole and makes it extend and breaks through one of the windows. And let's just say they're on the third floor because Deku thought he was gonna go to the second floor, but he miscalculated. And Momo's like, so they're on the top, on the floor above us, and Deku's like, yeah, because he has like hidden hearing and he hears Ida's footsteps on top. So they go up the stairs, And Bakugo's like, where the hell are these nerds? And once Deku and Momo finally get inside the inside the room where the bomb is with Ida. Ida buys Bakugo a bit of time, so by the time they're about to engage in a battle, Bakugo just made it up, and Bakugo charges right at Deku, and he's like, try to Momo take care of the bomb, and Momo just makes let's say she makes what would she make? She makes flashbangs. She throws them at Ida's feet because Deku and Bakugo are outside the room fighting, so they wouldn't damage the bomb, even though it's not real. So Momo blinds Ida, hits him in the gut with. She makes a bat and hits him in the gut with it. But when she goes for the second swing, Ida breaks it and pins her against the wall and wraps her in capture tape. So he tries to go help Bakugo, and when Ida gets there, he sees Deku fending off Bakugo's explosions with his staff. Like, he spins in a circle, like kind of making like a little wind pressure, like kind of like a fan. He's pushing Bakugo's explosions away. And when Deku sees Ida going to charge him and kick him, Deku uses the pole to extend both ways and hits Ida in the face, knocking him out, but Bakugo in the gut. Since Bakugo was going for an air charge, it hit him in the gut instead of the face. So it was a 1v1. And Deku hits Bakugo. When Bakugo hits him in the gut, he lands on the floor. And Deku goes for a finishing blow, but then Bakugo like pulls the pin on his thing, blasting Deku away, like directly. But All Might thinks Deku like got hurt, but in reality, like, he spun his staff like in a circular motion, like the fan thing, and making a shield for him, so it just all like goes on his sides and doesn't really hurt him. And Bakugo's shocked, and he caught it. That was off guard for him, so he let his guard down, thinking he won. And Deku just sneak attacks him and hits him in the back of the head, knocking him out, and goes for the bomb and touches it, and All Might's like, hero team wins, and all that. And they take Ida and Bakugo to the infirmary because Deku hit them both in the head and face, trying to make sure they don't got a concussion or like brain damage. And I'm gonna leave it off right there. I'm gonna cover the USJ and some of the sports festival in the next part.